All right, here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to talk about today, now that I done got the condolences out the way and the way I feel, we're going to talk about competitive advantage. And I'm going to give you 3 elements that will help you have a strong and an effective competitive advantage. But before I start, I must let you know, to all my listeners, family, followers, and friends, this is nothing personal, but I got to tell you the truth. In some shape, form, or fashion, in your life, whether you're in business, whether you're an employer, whether you're an employee, whatever field you are in, relationships, but when I get to relationships, I'm gonna bust that up a little bit before I put that on a relationship. So y'all take relationship off the table for right now. But in some shape, form, or fashion, you're gonna have to compete. Because in business, competition is what separates the winners from the losers. And when you think about it, at the end of the day, it's all about competition. How do you compete? Being able to compete with not who you are, but what you're doing versus what everybody else is doing. How do I have a strong competitive advantage for me to be able to get out here and compete in today's society? Now, like I always let y'all know, when I speak on these things, I'm speaking from a place of imperfection because I'm not perfect. Nobody walking this earth surface is perfect. But I do know a little something about a little something that leads to a lot. And I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So therefore, I'm not doing this perfect. Now, one of the elements I'm going to give you, a good friend of mine, shouts out to David Robinson, he gave me a little insight, but we'll get to that. Okay. In some shape, form, or fashion, you're going to have to compete on your job or some kind of, in a spectrum. It's going to be competition. So, how do you have a strong competitive advantage? Because so many people have good hearts. And so many people want to be nice when it comes to their business. But when you learn how people are and the way the world works, niceness ain't going to get you nowhere when you're trying to run a business. You're going to have to compete. So let's go on and get into it. All right. Element 1. Element 1. Be original. Be yourself. Be who the fuck you are. Be original. If being original puts you on a what's the word I'm looking for? On a road to where it might take you a little bit longer, then by all means do that. Be original. Don't get out here and be like all these fake ass motherfuckers out here trying to front and please motherfuckers that don't like them anyway. You feel me? Be original. Be yourself. Be who the hell you are. Because not the majority, but the masses of people. Because see, it's more people in the masses than it is in the majority. The majority of people, they the ones with the money, but they ain't doing the goddamn thing with it. So fuck them right now. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about the masses of people. The masses of people, positive people, they love originality. They love to be able to purchase something or hear something that's original. Not out of the ordinary, but original. By being yourself and being who you are. See, a lot of people don't really know, but being who you are and being yourself will take you way farther than you out here trying to front. And you want people to like you and accept you, and you want people to buy your... I understand. You want people to buy your product. So in a certain extent, a lot of people feel like they got to water it down or underdo it or try to overdo it to try to satisfy the people. Man, fuck that. That's bullshit. Whoever told you that you got to do that, they lied to you. They lied to you. You've been bamboozled. You think breaking your originality is going to make you the money? No, it's not. I heard a person say, you can speak that positive. You can be positive. You can say positive. But if it's not showing people how to manifest it into dollars, people don't want to hear that shit. That may be true. But on that back end, if people are not willing to get off their ass, let me repeat that. If people are not willing to get off their ass and make something out of that idea that came in your head, then it really don't matter what you want to hear. See, most people want to be put on. They want to be shit handed to them. The world don't work like that. So, if what I say, if it applies to you, and if it's not manifested in your life, then you need to get off your ass. The best way to get on your feet is to get off your ass. So I don't give a damn if what I say don't manifest dollars in other people's life. Because what I say not only manifests things in my life, but it manifests to these listeners, followers, and family and friends that I have. So 9 times out of 10, if it's not manifesting what you want, then you ain't putting in enough work. So stay original. Stay original. Because you know how many times I done heard, man, I don't want to hear that philosophical shit. Or, how I go, don't nobody want to hear that right now. Or, when you enter a room and you feel that low vibration or that low energy to your confidence, your self-esteem, and your progress, when you feel that, this is where competitive advantage come in. See, when you have a competitive advantage, whether you know you doing this or not, by you being original, your competitive advantage ain't gonna give a damn who wanna hear it, what they got to say, or how they got to feel about it. Cause you gonna do it anyway. Because if your originality makes you feel good, I guarantee you it'll make the next person feel better. So when somebody tell you what they don't want to hear, you throw it out there, they don't want to hear, don't get mad. Man, fuck them. Because see, 90% of the reason why a lot of people ain't successful because they be too damn caught up in wanting people to support them. And the people they want to support them won't support them. But when you original, without you even opening your mouth, your originality would be like, man, fuck y'all. I'm going to do it anyway. Because what you won't do, somebody else will. That is a universal law. So, stay original. Be yourself. Stay original. And I guarantee you. Now, when I get into this next element, by you out here trying to please and impress folk and want folks to like you and want people to accept you. You know what I'm saying? When you out here giving too much of yourself and it's not reciprocating what you putting out because you dull down your originality to try to satisfy these people and they know that's what you doing. So I got to give you that hint. They know what you're doing. Trust me. Haters gonna hate 8 days a week. The same way I sit up and talk about something positive, believe me, it's somebody sit around talking about something negative. So they already know what you're doing. They know what you're doing. They know what you're doing. Y'all hold on, that was my pops. I got to call my pops back real quick, so I'm going to send him a message, let him know I'm on the show. Y'all give me a second. I'm just going to let him know I'm going to call him in a few. Oh, you can. All right. Yeah, I just told him I'm doing the show. You know what I'm saying? If you want to participate, you know, you can get on if you want to. You can get on if you want to. But let's jump back into it, ladies and gentlemen. They know what you're doing. They know you're not being yourself. They know this. So, when you do that kind of activity, let me tell you what you're doing. Now, I'm going to make this statement and I'm going to flow right off into the next element. Because you're going to need this. But see, you can't have one without the other. You got to have, it's got to flow in a connecting line. Now, they like interchangeable parts. You can put them here or you can put them there, but they got to stay together in order for it to work right. Now, I gave you original first because I'm going to explain it to you the standard way that when I created this theory, this is the original way I wrote it. But I'm letting you know now you can do it where you want to do it. So, when you out here trying to be fake and front and trying to make people like you, it takes away from your originality. But also what it does, it waters down your authenticity. Being authentic. See, when you got a keen eye, you can always recognize a carbon copy when you see one. You can always tell when something ain't what it was intended to be. People can look at stuff, look at people, look at places and things, and they can see where it's either overdone or underdone. And those two things happen for one reason, because the authenticity is not there. You're not being authentic. Now, a good friend of mine, before I went home to Georgia to take care of my business with the family, a good friend of mine had a conversation with me. And the one thing that he told me he likes about my podcast, even though I might bounce around a little bit, he told me that it sounds authentic. He can tell that it's not scripted. And he likes that. He can tell that what I talk about, it comes directly either from two places, well, maybe three. It either comes from my mind, my body, or my soul. Some days I just wake up and don't have nothing wrote down. Sometimes I wake up and I don't even look at the program or the shows that I already done put out. Sometimes I just wake up, turn the microphone on, and just talk about the first thing on my mind. However I feel. If I wake up pissed off, or if I somewhere get pissed off on my way to start my day, I do a podcast about being pissed off and how you shouldn't let petty shit get to you. If I'm emotional, I do a show on emotion. But I don't allow the way I feel to take away from my podcast, right? Because I got to stay authentic. Because see, my listeners, my people that I target coffee drinkers and great and deep thinkers. So anybody that can think outside the box, or just like a good cup of coffee, y'all my customers. So I feel in my heart that when I do this, I don't want to script it. I want it to sound authentic. I want it to sound real. See, what I talk about on here is real world shit. I talk about real world issues. I don't talk about no fantasy land. I don't talk about no dream or no what I think it is. No, I see things as they are. So if it came like that, that's how I got to put it out there like that. And but to go back, I'm gonna bounce back, but then I'm gonna bounce forward. I'm gonna bounce back, then I'm gonna bounce forward. You know, when originality is put in the place that it needs to be in, by you being authentic, that shit go hand in hand. See, being authentic will always help you gain more customers and more confidence, self-esteem. It is what you're doing. But people might say that originality and being authentic is the same thing. It's an antonym. You know what I'm saying? It's almost got the same meaning, but it's not the same thing. Because being original is the positive way that you do things, but being authentic is what they see first. Your authenticity. So when you hear on TV, when you buy something that, that's a couple of years old, and they give you a certificate of authenticity, then that means that's real. That means they give you paperwork on whatever it is you bought to let you know and explain to you that this is 100% authentic. So, starting a business or whatever it is that you want to do, being authentic separates you from everybody else. So some bullshit or some shit hit the fan, by you being original and by you being authentic, they ain't gonna even try you with that bullshit. And if they do, then you don't even have to open your mouth and say nothing. Because by the time you open your mouth, they won't even think like that no more. And if they do, then oh well. Oh well. But be authentic. Now see, I could have talked about that originality and authentic. I could have talked about that and made it sound the same, but it's totally different. Even though authenticity comes first and originality comes second, I just talked about how I want to talk about it. So just be authentic, man. Be yourself. Be yourself. It's going to be okay. A lot of people won't start their business because they get talked out of their authenticity. They get, well, you should, oh no, do it the exact way that you thought it. Because I've heard so many stories and seen so many stories in life where people have watered down their authenticity to satisfy and please other employers or other businesses and wind up not maximizing their full potential. Got talked out of it. Got talked out of it. Sometimes when you by yourself, you got to watch what you tell yourself, because you'll talk yourself out of your own success by the power of agreement about what the folks say about you. That shit go both ways now. See, there's always an A and a B side to it. So, just like you have the A side, you can have the B side. When things go good, you know what I'm saying, everything, you know what I'm saying, okay, fine, blow down. But when you flip that spectrum, you got to look at it from another angle. So be careful what you tell yourself, and be careful what you allow people to speak into your destiny. Because people will water down your authenticity by just saying little shit. But see, by you being authentic and original, like I said with the first one, man, you won't even have to open your mouth and say nothing. Because you will no longer be worried about the opinions and how people feel like your shit should go. Because guess what you gonna do? You'll listen to it, but you still gonna do what you want to do. And people are hateful, people are cruel, and people are evil. That's just what it is. That's just how people are. Some people are evil, some people are hateful, some people are wicked. So, by you being original and authentic, that makes them be aware, not you. That makes them be aware, not you. So you keep them two elements in mind, man. You be original, but also be authentic. Be who the fuck you are. If they don't like it, I don't care who it is. Fuck them. Because like I said, about the first element, I can apply it to the second. What you won't do, somebody else will. So don't you never take away from your authenticity. To satisfy people, to please people, to entertain people. And watch what you tell yourself by listening to folks. Stop listening to all them negative motherfuckers, man. Stop listening to them. The good way to solve that, stop telling everybody your business. Go ahead and handle your business, then talk about it. Put it to a point to where once it's done, all they can do is look at it and marvel at it. Then you'll get to a point where they can't tear it down. Because believe you me, the same way positive work, evil work too. The same way you trying to build it up, it's a whole bunch of evil folks trying to tear it down. But you staying original and authentic. And you'll recognize that without you even participating in that. Moving silent sometimes. That's what I do. I don't tell everybody the moves I make no more. So for all my haters and everybody that be hating on me, I crush their ass every time. Because see, I'm not straying away from my originality and my authenticity. Because this is what helped build my show. Gotta get out here in front for these folks. Ain't no selling no souls over here. So, stay authentic. Don't let nobody tell you what you can and can't do. Stay authentic. Don't let the majority of people's fear about the shit that they can't do or don't want to do hinder your success. See, and I tell you after I give you this last element, I'm gonna tell you what a good competitive advantage do. Cause see, it does more than one thing now. So don't think for 1 second that it ain't doing nothing. But when I give you this last one, then we'll go ahead on and I'll tell you a couple of things about what it do. So, now this element right here. Now, this one here, this one right here, it's like, this is the important one. That's why I saved it for last. Because you're going to need this. Because sometimes, including me, because I'm speaking from a place of imperfection, it done been times I done watered down my originality and my authenticity. I done it. See, that's why I tell y'all all the time, ladies and gentlemen, I don't talk about nothing on him that I ain't been through. Because you put all that on, but what happens when you got to take it all off? I done did that. That's how I can sit out here outside and tell you not to do that. So this third element, this is a very important element. You're going to need this. And you're going to need this before anybody have this for you. You're going to have to have it for yourself first. Okay, we're at the 30-minute mark. We'll cut off in a little while, so check it. Check this real quick. Trying to wait till the airplane pass by. But check it. The third and not the most important element is being trustworthy. Being trustworthy. Now, before I go further, remember what I just said. You're going to have to have this for yourself before you have it, before it reciprocates from somebody else. You got to be trustworthy. You have to trust yourself enough to believe that you can do whatever this says, whatever you saying you can do. You got to trust yourself. Are you trustworthy enough to be as good as you say you are? Can you trust yourself to get out here and compete, even though you're going to have haters, you're going to have other businesses trying to either outbid you, underbid you, trying to run you out of business? Are you trustworthy enough to trust yourself versus how others may feel? Can you trust yourself? Are you trustworthy enough? Are you trustworthy enough? I think you are. I think you are. I think that you are trustworthy enough to get out here and do what you need to do. So once you know that you are trustworthy through originality and authenticity, then it will start to reciprocate past the people that don't want to purchase your product. It'll put you past the people that don't want to hear your shit. See, now I'm finna give you the meat of what competitive advantage is. Because, see, I'm finna run all these elements together. And I'm going to show you how it works when they all run concurrent. Now, check it. Being original, being authentic, and being trustworthy. You're going to need that. You're going to need that. Because even without activation, your mentality is going to compete with itself. See, when you run all three of them elements together, you don't have to worry about no competitive advantage. Because it don't matter what's going on now, what's going on in the future, or what went on in the past. When you inline all three of them elements that's going on right there, you give a damn who doing what. You gonna get out here and compete. You gonna be able to deal with the haters. You gonna be able to deal with these people that don't want to see you have nothing. And they know you know they don't want to see you have nothing. But when you in line all three of them elements together, that's your competitive advantage. That's what gives you the courage to go out here and be like, fuck the world. I'm going to do what I want to do. And especially if it's positive and you got all three of them all three of those elements lined up to make you a strong competitive advantage, man, you don't worry about what these folks talking about. See, I don't worry about what these folks talking about. I know everybody, or most people, don't like to hear what I say, but I'm 40 miles past not giving a damn. And they know I don't give a damn. And the more I feel in any environment that I'm in, the more that I feel that bad energy, it makes me want to do it even more. That increases my competitive advantage. That, not saying I go in and think about how I'm going to annihilate them, because see, they are already annihilated. So I don't have to even think about them. What I go in there and do is I create something to keep annihilating them. Because just like when you clean pools, and you clean it right, it's supposed to kill, oxidize, and hold residual. Keep killing it off. Keep fighting it off. See, that's what your competitive advantage do. Your competitive advantage will crush your competitors without you even have to open your mouth, through originality, authenticity, and being trustworthy. You being able to trust yourself first to do what you need to do will push you further out in the front to show you, motherfucker, we here too. You see what I'm going with? See, when you learn how the world works and how people really are, I said this in a previous show, it's going to make you cry. And it's not going to make you cry because you're going to get scared. It's going to make you cry because kind of the person that you're going to have to become to fight off these hateful, evil ass people. These wolves in sheep's clothing. These haters. You're going to need that competitive advantage because you're going to have to compete. But if you use those three elements like I just told you, and you can apply that to whatever scenario you want to in life, if you do those three things, stay those three things, you won't need cutter and spotters and looker outers, because you become your cutter, your spotter, and your looker outer. Now, what competitive advantage do? Competitive advantage helps you to walk along to the road of your success when people out here faking and fronting and they ain't putting forth the effort on their own shit. So how the fuck you expect them to put forth effort on your own? So competitive advantage teach you to walk alone. Competitive advantage don't allow you to compete with your spouse. Having a strong competitive advantage helps you realize, motherfucker, two people can move a couch real easy. One person can't move it at all. Barely move it at all. So quit motherfucking competing with each other. Your success is her success. Her success is your success. Becomes y'all's success. Stop fucking competing with each other. Quit trying to outdo each other. And work together. Split the say so. Drop the egos. Know your role and responsibility. That's what a strong competitive advantage do for you. And one more thing. A strong competitive advantage to do, it'll teach you patience. It teaches you patience because faith produces patience. Remember that. Remember that. Faith produces patience. So you hold on to that. The end. It ain't sound so bad for my first day back in the studio, but hey, that's that authenticity. That was the show today. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to thank all of my listeners, followers, family, and friends, the ones that authentically participates. Oh yeah, I'm taking shots there, Moan. Oh yeah, I'm taking shots. To all of my listeners, followers, family, and friends that authentically listen to this, I want to thank you for allowing me the privilege of some of y'all time to talk about something that is true and divine. And to everybody else, fuck you. Fuck you. And you can tell him D. Crowder said that. Y'all be good. Less stress. Stay hydrated, stay motivated, stay dedicated, but most of all, above all, stay together. Because there's strength in numbers. And I'll see y'all next time for a brand new episode of the Brain Matter Morning Show Live. Y'all be good. Aircraft Crowley, signing off.